What is up? What is up, my beautiful, beautiful people? So here I am again. It's time to share. So, first off, I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. Y'all so precious. No, for real, thank you. But, yeah, so I've been having a lot of uploads, downloads, whatever you want to call it, divine thoughts just kind of coming over me. And one of them happened today. And I was scrolling down my timeline and a sister posted this meme. And the meme said, there's nothing more beautiful than a woman who is walking in her divine purpose. And I totally agree with that. It's a beautiful thing. And not just on some woman-man type shit. Like, in general, it's beautiful when you see someone who is actually walking in their divine purpose. And so it brought up, that meme brought up some memories of conversations that I had with a few people who they're just now beginning their enlightenment or awakening stage. Some of them are just beginning. Some of them, you know, they've kind of been in it, you know, maybe a few months or whatever. But so a lot of people reach out, you know, to me just to, I guess I got that energy, you know, you can reach out, you can talk to me, which you can. I don't, you know, I don't mind it. But anyway, yeah, so they collectively are kind of saying the same thing. And they're like, it seems like once you become conscious and aware and enlightened, that means that you're supposed to like check out of this reality, and you're supposed to like quit your job, and you're supposed to start your own business, and you're supposed to live off the grid, and it's just supposed to be that. And I totally understand where they're coming from, because I honestly felt like that when I, you know, got into my walk of enlightenment and all of that. And for those who do live off the grid, I think it's dope. I've experienced off the grid living, and that it was pretty cool to see how you can live without the hustle and bustle of the setup of this reality. It was pretty dope. And I know people who have started their own businesses, and I think that's dope, you know. So, but like for me personally, when it comes to like divine purpose, I feel like every day that I wake up and I am led to listen to a different lecture, or I'm led to read a new book, or I'm led to reread a book or rewatch a lecture that I've already watched, and every interaction, every encounter with people on a daily basis, and digging deeper and deeper into myself, I feel like that is my divine purpose in the moment. Like, that's what I'm supposed to be doing, because that information, that research, that self-love, you know, it's all going to manifest into whatever the next level is of my divine purpose. So I think what, you know, some people are perceiving, because I definitely am not one to say the way I see it is the correct way. It's just the way I see it. But I do believe that some people are looking at it like, okay, I'm conscious, I gotta find my divine purpose. Is my divine purpose opening a business? Is my divine purpose quitting my job and living off the grid? Am I supposed to be, you know, starting up something to, and I get that, and it can look that way, that, oh, okay, well, all these people are conscious, so that means that I'm supposed to be starting a business because they got a business. You know, oh, this person makes crystal jewelry, so now I'm supposed to make crystal jewelry because I'm conscious. Oh, you know, this person is doing this, maybe that means I'm supposed to be doing it. I just feel like, personally, that is their journey. That is their path. That is their divine purpose. Like, that's theirs. It doesn't mean that that's yours. Because I know me personally, I don't have a desire to open a business. That's just me. I feel like, again, it's not my path. And if it is in my path, I don't see it right now, which is why I can say I have no desire. Because if it was meant for me in this moment right now, the desire would hit me to start a business. I'm very keen on intuition, and nothing in my intuition has said start a business. But the person sitting next to me, they might have, you know, gotten that feeling of intuition to tell them to start a business, or to start making jewelry, or to start, you know, making clothes and coming up with their own brands and products and inventions, just whatever the case may be. And I think that's a beautiful thing. But we have to definitely try to get out of the mindset of comparing ourselves to people. Because just because this person is doing it this way, it doesn't mean that you're supposed to do it that way. Consciousness, in my perception, should not all look the same. Because we're not all the same. You got some people who can, you know, like I said earlier, go live off the grid and live off the land. And they're cool with that. Their spirit, their soul is at peace with that. You got some people, you try to put them in that type of environment, they would probably crack the fuck up, because that's just not where their spirit wants to be, where their soul wants to be. That's not where intuition led them to go. So we just have to try to get out of that mindset. Just because you are aware doesn't mean that you're supposed to be opening this business and doing this or doing that just because you see other conscious people doing it. That's my perception. I don't feel like that's what it is. Now, am I saying, you know, stay stuck in the matrix, or however you want to look at this shit? Because that's, again, all up to perception. However you want to look at it, I don't care. I feel like, for me personally, I am very conscious and I'm very aware of what's going on around me and within me. So I try not to let what's going on outside of me affect what's going on inside of me. Am I aware that the currency really doesn't matter? Yeah, I'm aware of that. You know, and then too, I was thinking, like, if you start your own business, right, you're still under a system that's only going to let you get so far. It's just, I feel like it's so many steps to it. I was listening to, shout out to Elle Fithmore, Red Pill, the Scorpion King album. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I know the fucking album and it's dope. Shout out to the Pillars anyway. Red and blue. But on the Scorpion album, at the end of the song, General Seti, Sarasun Seti, is speaking. It's like a clip. You can hear the clip. He's speaking in the song. And he's saying, you know, I don't care if you got $100 million. You know, if you want to go buy something, who you got to go through to go buy it. So it's like you can have all of this money, but what do you really own? Like, is it really yours? Because the way this shit is set up, we are not at the top of the food chain. There are people who are running this shit. So it's like, even with knowing that, it's kind of like, okay. But even with that being said, it's a beautiful thing to start a business to keep that money in your family. So that's why I'm like, I know both sides. I know the system that we set up under, very aware of it. And then I also know the beauty of starting your own business that you can leave to your children, leave to your family, and they can keep that money in the family so y'all can create generational wealth. I'm very aware of that too. But all I'm saying is just because you start a business doesn't make you more conscious than a person who has no desire to start a business. Or just because you chose to live off the grid, it doesn't make you more conscious or more aware or more smarter or whatever than a person who's choosing to, still pay rent and go up under the system of that fuckery. Like, I just feel like we need to stick to our own natural selves and do what your intuition tells you to do. Like, period. It shouldn't be the comparison, because I feel like that's where a lot of people may get your feelings hurt. You may get disappointed, and you're really putting it on yourself, because had you not have compared yourself, there wouldn't have been no feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? Had you not have put yourself, or not so much yourself, but somebody on a higher pedestal than you, and you, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times the hurt feelings come from us expecting certain shit, and it's either not meant for us, and now you feel some type of way. So that's all I'm saying. I just I definitely feel like your path is your path, and however it's meant to go. Oh, speaking of go, I gotta go. All right, that's my message. Peace.